Hello, Care Bear here to share with you one of my finished objects for this month. This is the Woodland Owlet by Susan B. Anderson, who does a number of designs for stuffies, larger ones, tinier ones, ones for Advent. And this is one that I have made before, and I am heading to some Scandinavian countries, traveling with a friend, leaving the guys behind, and we are going to have some fun. And I thought, hey, I think we need a mascot to take with us. My friend doesn't really like to be in photos, so this will be fun to put this little mascot into the photos, and so that we can capture the things that we see, experience, and capture some nice photos from those countries that we're visiting. So let me tell you a little bit about this Woodland Egg and Owlet. It calls for fingering weight yarn, and it calls for US 2 needles, 2.75. I just used what I had in stash, and so I used 2.5 millimeter needles, or a US 1.5, and I had this alpaca, this cream color, which was a alpaca acrylic that a friend had picked up at a thrift shop. And I think it's a sport weight yarn. And then I had this lighter DK weight Estelle Highland alpaca that was left over in that rose pink. And so I used those, and I think it was about 35 grams of the pink, and then for that cream color that you have to use in the face and in the bottom part of the owlet, it was about 10 grams. And then you need a little bit, just about 2 grams to do the feet and also the beak. So let me tell you about the construction. I've made this twice before. Once I gave it to a visitor that I left it on the towels in our guest room. And then I took one on a road trip with a girlfriend, another girlfriend. We did a road trip to the province of Quebec, and we took a little owlet with us. And then I leave these as gifts for my friends so that they can remember, it will remind them of our trip. So I have made them before, so I knew I was going to be able to quickly do this up before I leave next week for we're starting in Denmark. So anyway, this owlet is made starting with the egg. And this is what I'm going to show you, which is really cool, is the egg is where the owl actually goes inside the egg. And that's why it's called the Woodland Egg and Owlet. And there you go. There's the egg. And I've really stuffed it in there, but you can see the little owl is in there. There's the little egg. Isn't it cute? So you start by making the egg, and you're starting the egg at the far, at one side, and you continue to make the egg from one end to the other, obviously an opening at one point. And then once the egg is done, you pick up the stitches here and you create the body of the owlet. And then you don't have to stuff the owlet body because the egg goes in there as the stuffing, which allows it to then sit and stand up on its own. So you continue with the body using the cream color, and then you change and you do some shaping here as you get up to the neck, and then you're finished with the body. Then you start the head. The head starts in the round, and you continue in the round, and you then change color, and you stuff it before you close it, obviously, and you put on the safety eyes, and then you close it up. You add the little nose, the eyebrows, and then there are a few other pieces that you have to pick up and knit for. So when you're knitting, in the pattern, she actually tells you when to put some purl stitches for the feet, for the wings, and for the ears. And that is your location to pick up stitches to then knit the wings, the ears, and to knit the little feet on. There also is a little bit of stuffing inside the feet. So that is pretty much all that you need to know about this little creature. I know Susan has other woodland characters that I've seen. This is a purchase pattern on Ravelry, and you can take a look at the other little stuffies that she has. This I just thought was super cute, and that's why I decided to make it again so we could take it with us to Denmark, Norway, Sweden. Look out, here comes the Woodland Egg and Owlet.